Hi guys, this is Dr. Ndidi Ehim. Welcome to my channel and I'm so excited to have you here. Today we're going to be talking about 5 diet tips for managing your PCOS and improving your hormonal balance. If you're struggling with PCOS and you've tried everything, you're working out but nothing is happening, you're eating well and you're still not seeing results, then you definitely want to hang around. In the meantime, if you're not subscribed to our channel, go ahead and hit the subscribe button down below. And if this information makes any sense for you, make sure you like the video, okay? So now PCOS it stands for polycystic ovary syndrome, and it affects women. 2 out of every 10 women have PCOS. A lot of them don't know. I'm gonna say I was one of those people. I had all the symptoms showing up at the same time or different times, but I didn't know that was what I was experiencing. I had severe cystic acne. I had multiple miscarriages. I had severe, heavy, painful periods. Sometimes my weight will go up because I was craving sugar so much. I was able to control that. But those were kind of like the symptoms I was experiencing on my own. Now, I didn't think anything of it because I just thought some women go through that, right? But I could tell not a lot of women went through it because when I look around, when I was having my periods, I'll be the only one rolling on the floor, throwing up, crying, I wouldn't be able to do nothing. Other people went along with their own activities for the day, and that was good for them. So I came up with different ideas and different things that have worked for me that have been able to help me reverse PCOS. I have 3 beautiful children today, and I want to help other ladies figure out how to get PCOS kicked to the curb and get their life back. So number 1, I'll say what you eat makes up who you are. You always have to make sure you have a balanced meal. Especially with PCOS, people believe in different diets. Oh, keto this and this, that, or veggie only, vegan only. You have to stick to something that you believe in and make sure you follow up with it. At some time I was doing like eating only greens, like apples, for 3 days and I wanted to die. I'm like, nah, this is not sustainable. I don't see myself doing this for a long time, right? So I was lying to myself trying to do something like that. But I took it more of as a detox. But that was crazy. I've never done that. That was like over 10 years ago. Your carbs, your fats, your proteins are all important, but it's the kind you eat and at what time you eat, with what activities you do afterwards. If you're eating a whole lot of fats that are not good for you, processed foods and saturated fats and things like that, it's going to be a problem for your PCOS. Your body is not able to break that down properly. It becomes toxin to your body and those things back up and cause inflammation. Inflammation is the reason that all these crazy things start happening inside of our bodies. So I always suggest to people, it's okay to eat egg, just look for cage-free eggs. It's okay to eat meat, look for grass-fed meat, okay? Go with more poultry. If you're eating fish, make sure you're eating wild caught fish, and salmon is really good, things like that. Just don't limit yourself and say, oh, I can't eat this. Even bread, you can eat pita bread. A good diet for PCOS and just in general, people going through a whole lot of issues is the Mediterranean diet. They use olive oils, which is very great for cooking, and that has been very a good source of my diet and how I've been able to make sure I control my weight, I control how I'm putting food and clean food in my body, and I've really seen a lot of good things with that. Number 2, I'll say limit processed foods and sugar. Sugar is the devil. I don't care. You can't tell me nothing. I haven't had, like the foods I used to eat that will contain sugar that I stopped eating for like almost 2 years now. And if I compare my body and my skin to how it used to be and now, it's like night and day. One of these days, I'm going to do a before and after so y'all could really understand what I'm talking about when I'm talking about processed foods and sugar, okay? Now, you're not going to go cold turkey. Tomorrow, you're not going to say, I reject and rebuke all kinds of sugar in my life. But you can slowly start taking them out. If you drink soda, maybe you could reduce soda or just not drink it at all. If you have to put sugar inside your tea when you're drinking it, maybe you look for raw organic honey, monk fruit, or stevia if you have to use any kind of sweetener. If you eat snacks, choose healthier options. Look at the back of the snack and read what the ingredients they use to make it. What oil was it cooked in? Is it some kind of saturated fat, hydrogenated oil, safflower oil, soybean oil, canola oil? Those oils are vegetable oils. They're not healthy for you. They turn into detergents in your body, which go in to cause cancer, causing illnesses. And you have to load up on a whole lot of antioxidants to kind of kick that to the curb. Where do you get antioxidants from? Fruits and vegetables that are high in, that are very colorful. The color is what brings the antioxidants out. My third method I'm going to give you to kind of making sure that you're managing your PCOS and balancing your hormones is for you to eat healthy fats. I've already touched a little bit on them. I talked about olive oil. Let me give you a story about olive oil. A long time ago, I was going for my physical, right? And they, did the cholesterol part where they pull your blood and blah, blah, blah. So I went back for my results and they were like shocked in the office. They were like, how do you eat? You must really eat clean, da, da, da. Like, what kind of oils do you cook? And I'm like, oh, I've been using olive oil for years. Like no other oil. I don't put anything else in my body. Because I did chemistry. And in my chemistry class, it will tell you, okay, there's a certain way the chemical structure for olive oil, and I don't want to go too deep, but it's a straight chain. Like other oils are like circular. So for it to break down, it's harder when it's circular than it's straight. And olive oil is straight, so it's easier to break down in your body. That's just chemistry for you. But definitely healthy fats like avocado oil is good too, or avocado itself, or grapeseed. Those are really, really good. Number 4, you want to do fiber-rich foods. So fiber-rich foods, be careful with that because right now, these days, there are a lot of things in the store where they package them and they're already processed and they call them clean eating, but they're not. So just kind of watch out for that. Not everything that you see is good. Like the other day I was in the store and I was looking at grapes. I was trying to buy grapes for my kids, but all the grapes were all seedless. Where in the world is grapes supposed to be seedless in nature? And it said organic. And I'm like, oh my goodness, what is this? So be careful with that. But you do need regular, fresh intake of fiber-rich foods. So things like maybe chickpeas are really good in the fiber world. Legumes, whole grains, and they help with your insulin levels to manage your sugar. So if your insulin is working, it helps with making sure your sugar is going to the right places instead of just sitting in your bloodstream and causing havoc. The last thing I'm going to say is mindful eating and regular meals. Don't just be like a one time a day eater and you eat the biggest thing, the worst thing, and you're like, oh yeah, I'm good. You're trying to lose weight, but do it, in a wise way. Do it in a healthy way that can be sustained. When you eat, make sure you have portion control. Not because you see 10 plates in front of you. That's not a reason for you to go after all 10 plates. And all 10 plates could have the worst things on there. So be mindful of how you eat, what you eat, and what you're putting into your body. If it's a packaged thing, turn it around and read what is it that's in here? What makes up this stuff? What kind of meat is this? Where did y'all buy it from? Is it meat that's injected with like steroids and antibiotics and injection? Because you're going to be taking those things. So keep that in mind. Have a consistency on how you're eating, what you're eating, and the things you're going to be avoiding. Be true to that. Be very, very stand on your ground. Now, when it comes to eating, I would say 80-20. Yes, you have to spoil yourself because we are all human. But at the same time, be wise with what's going into your body for the most times that you're putting food in your mouth. Make sure that you understand what it is that you're eating. Have regular times of the day that you eat. And have healthy things that you eat during those times of the day to support what you're trying to do. You're trying to balance your hormones and get rid of PCOS. You need to balance your sugar. You need to cut down on the fats so that you could reduce on the weight. So keep all of that in mind. If you're able to control what goes into your body, you'll be able to control how your health displays itself. So that's all I have for you today. Remember, it's one day at a time. Rome wasn't built in a day, but when you decide that this is what you're gonna do, you can do it. So again, if you like my content, go ahead and subscribe and like so YouTube knows that y'all like this kind of content, and I will see you next time. Again, my name is Dr. Ndidi. Take care. Bye.